Okay, hey, this is Kevin Davidson, Umpqua Signature Fly Tyer. Today we're going to tie my cupboard ant. It is called the cupboard ant because it is tied from cupboard liner that you put in your pantries, your cupboards. Basically, it's this non-stick cupboard liner. This particular one is Duck brand Easy Liner. I think it's the best. And basically, we're using a size 16 TMC, let me get this up there, 921, TMC 921, size 16. You can also use a U202, which is a little thicker, stronger hook, but when I use that hook, I use it a size smaller. I use that a size 18. I'm using Unithread Black 8/0. That's all you need. To start, I just come in behind the eye of the hook and wrap all the way back. Basically what you're doing is just you're covering up the shine of the hook underneath the ant so that you're not getting so the fish isn't seeing the hook. There you go. So we're just camouflaging. We're on this particular hook, we're going to stop right at the point, which is halfway, and we're going to tie in the post, which is any kind of, I'm using Zelon here. They're really simple. So we're going to put in a post. I'm going to cut that. And one of the things I do when I tie in this post is I'm going to build up the base of the post, which actually becomes the thorax. So you can do that by just putting some extra wraps at the base of the post. And what that will do is create a little ball, which is going to become the thorax of the ant. But you can come up. Nice little post right in the middle. Now, originally, when I first discovered this material, I thought, man, that's got to be a million ants right there rolled up in this roll. And so when I first started creating these, I would actually just cut them off like that and thought, well, that looks pretty much like an ant. And what I would do is I would just tie this onto the hook and then put Hackle between it. And so I showed that to some fly shops back 10, 12 years, 15 years ago. And it became like a really popular fly, but it took me a while to discover that if you actually don't cut the material, but instead pull it, you get these incredible little antennae, which made the fly even better. And so basically, what I do when I create this fly is I take and I just cut these strips off, and then I pull off the heads. And what you're going to discover, there's a couple things. One, like this one, you can see one of the antenna is kind of half off. So basically what that tells me that becomes an abdomen. This one, which has perfect antenna, will be a head. And so if you can see what I'm seeing, I have a bunch of these heads laying all around me, all around the vise. And so the other thing to notice too is that there's a top and a bottom. So the top side is, it looks like that, and the bottom side has a crease in it, a little line. So you want to make sure you tie the top in on the top and the bottom in on the bottom, because it just looks better. So it doesn't matter really if you start with the head or the abdomen. Not sure if there's really any advantages to either one, because you got to tie them both in eventually. But that's the head. And then tie in the abdomen. And you want just a little bit of space between the thorax and the head and the abdomen. So you got, see how I have that little, there's a little bump in the middle. That's, like I said, that's the thorax. All right, so we've got 2 pieces of cupboard liner tied on each side of a post. When I get to this point, I put a little bit of super glue on the base of the post, and I also put a little dab right there on the abdomen section, and I squeeze and just kind of roll that a little bit, and what happens is it will create a nice little tapered abdomen, just like that. And then the final step is just to tie in the hackle. I use size 14 hackle. This is Whiting Farm, size 14, black. Really simple. So you just kind of start at the top and work your way down. And then make some nice wraps at the base. Pop that out. And then the way I finish the fly, I actually don't do a whip finish. I use this half hitch tool, which is a real clean way to do it. So you can just finish it right behind the eye. Trim that post a little bit because I think it, there we go. Sorry. Boom, that's it. Now for fishing this fly, it fishes great just like this. It fishes great sunk. Sometimes if fish are really picky, I will actually cut off the post. I'll cut that off. If I'm fishing alpine lakes where the fish are really picky, a lot of times they don't want that white on there at all. So you can actually trim that off. You can sink it a little bit in the film, and fish just love it. You'll catch a ton of fish with this fly. It's really simple. Thanks for watching.